Without the gym, life would have been dreadful.
I want to see a better quality of life for people who've got disabilities.
So let's have a look and see what different councils are doing and what equalities and diversity actually means for real.
So what equality and diversity means to me is that we can actually understand our communities better so I can deliver something to the people that I serve.
And what it is, it's about focusing on the needs of the customers. So in 2 words, customer focus.
But for me, it just means literally getting on with my fellow person, no matter who they are.
We've got to make sure that everybody, regardless of whether it be the white, black, women, men, can access our services. But it would be outrageous if we failed.
It means living together with people peacefully, helping one another.
Treating people fairly, treating them as individuals.
Equality means involving everybody.
Well, equalities means treating everyone fairly, recognising the diversity in our communities that exist. Let's recognise that not everyone's the same.
With 1 in 7 people with a disability in the UK, at St John's Sports Centre they've made sure the gym can be used by everybody and they've designed it with disabled users in mind. We're all interested in improving people's health. Let's hear how they're doing it in Worcester.
The IFI is the Inclusive Fitness Initiative. They're the organisation, obviously nationally. In fact, there's a week coming up where facilities nationally that are registered or accredited on the scheme actually put on a whole host of different activities for people within their local community to be able to come along and again participate in. So again, it's about raising awareness really of what's available in your local area.
Well, quite a few years ago I had a very serious back problem, and after various treatments nothing seemed to work. So just out of sheer desperation I went to the doctors and asked him if a gym would help, and he sent me there on prescription, and then it just completely changed my life. I can do anything virtually.
Told from the hospital to do as much exercise as I could after having a stroke, which affected my right leg mainly and right arm. But I mean that as you can see, I've got pretty well of movement now, but I can't walk properly yet. But I'm obviously hoping to.
At St John's I use all the equipment, including the rower, the cross trainer, the treadmill, the stepper.
I've been on the arc trainer, I've been on the treadmill, and I should do some more weights on my arms really. When you're having a good day, the machines are fairly easy to climb onto. There's nothing that's too difficult to alter. But if you're having a bad day and you need to use your wheelchair, most of the machines, parts swivel out so you can still use it, so you don't have to not have a workout on a bad day.
I find it fantastic. I do this, and I do one similar to that, which is upstairs. It's an ordinary bicycle. You know, you sit on it like in this position and just do the legs, as I've been just doing my arms. And between them, they're marvellous.
It's just been incredible. I mean, the reaction from the local people has been beyond what we could have expected. You know, you hope it's going to be a success story, but it has been well beyond our wildest dreams, really, in terms of the number of people that have come through the doors in the 18 months since we've been open.
I'll be honest, if I didn't come here, I'd probably sit at home watching the telly, drinking coffee, and my weight would go sky high. At least when I am coming here once or twice a week, I'm keeping it either stable or losing a bit, which is always good.
Without the gym, life would have been dreadful, because I'd have had to have had the spinal operation, which would have made me stiff, and I just wouldn't have had the freedom that I've got now.
Next up, Wychavon and the youth bus. Activities for teenagers always comes out top in what residents want the council to be doing more of. So when an old bus came up for a revamp, found by a local councillor, the council decided to intervene and create a mobile youth centre. It's got fitted out with everything, including tea and of course a wee.
Alright, welcome aboard the Wychhaven Youth Bus. This is a brand new project which was launched last year. It's all about reaching out to young people out in the rural areas of predominantly Wychhaven, and we've basically taken a standard coach and converted it into a mobile youth facility.
Because I'm a detached youth work, we go out onto the streets. I've been working on the Western estate, getting to know the young people and asking them what they want basically. And they said to me that they would like some help with finding work, finding employment, training extra skills. We've got loads of activities on, and today is one of those activities, the youth bus, which we've organised it to come down. The young people can access the services. There's a substance misuse worker here, a teenage pregnancy they can talk to. And there's also, I've got loads of information about jobs, CVs, the vacancies that are available.
On the bus today, I'm talking to young people about sex, sexual health issues, relationship issues, that kind of thing, and promoting condom use, safer sex, finding out what knowledge young people have, what skills they have already, and then working with them to try and develop that, really.
I'm here today because the Westlands is a focus area for targeted youth support. There are a lot of young people who are unemployed, potentially out of school, out of work, and I work within SPACE, which is the Worcestershire Young Person Substance Misuse team, and we do harm reduction with young people. So I'm here to talk to young people about drugs. And then if you smoke 10 a day for a year, give me your other lung. There we go. And that's how much goes into your lungs.
Oh, that's vile.
It doesn't stay there. We look at all the risks involved with drug taking, we look at the reasons why young people use substances, and we look at helping them think about why they use, and then looking at reasons for cutting down. Mouth over the mouthpiece.
I think what the detached team will be using this for is to get them off the street, to give them somewhere to go, and then talk about the impact, consequences and awareness, and this is what your behaviour is doing or having on the community and things like that. And this is brilliant because it's a mobile youth centre.
It's a good idea if people don't have youth centres, and it's good. Quite a doody bus actually.
I think any time when you're able to go to young people as opposed to trying to force them to come to you is a positive thing, and it's something that we need to do to engage with all young people.
It's giving people in rural areas the same opportunities that young people living in the more built-up areas and the towns within the district get the chances for. So being able to take something out to them, providing them with information, something to do, is a really good thing.
Councils have a duty to make sure that their staff understand the communities they serve too, and here in Forest, they're taking the messages out to the very front line. Here's what they're doing with the Binmen.
We have a very diverse workforce, we've got a diverse community, and it's a real worry to me. You know, we have these guys and we send them out every day and you worry about what's going on out there. You like to think that the staff that are going out there are informed and trained, but of course people's personal prejudices kick in. We see that from members of the public towards us. So it's only natural, us being human, that we have exactly the same prejudices going back towards the members of the public.
And basically what we're trying to do is educate, I suppose, all of our workforce in equality and diversity and what it means.
Now we're going to do another exercise now. And what I want you to do is I'm going to come round and very quietly give you the name of a group of people. And I want you to write down every word you can think of that you associate with that group of people.
We did the footballer, millionaire, lifestyle and all that sort of stuff, which it was good to think of it, all the stuff, and obviously all the different other people doing theirs to try and guess who it was. So that was a good way of doing it.
I suppose we're also stereotyped in the job that we do, so we know how to deal with that side of things. I think people tend to think you're a bit slow and it's sort of a bit of a menial job, and you're not very well educated if you do it, but that's not always necessarily the case.
In fact, most of our guys are very well educated and they're very committed towards working for the authority, and they're really proud of working for the authority.
The guys that were being trained today are the force that are out on the ground, out in the communities, and they're the face of the council, they're the people that the community sees every day, but also it's useful for them to know those communities, to understand why they're being trained today and how it affects the service that we're providing.
I was surprised. Well, everything today's course is surprising, to be honest, especially the amount of different people in this area, the different nationalities. So yeah, it was very interesting to see what kind of nationalities were actually in Forest.
With around 1 in 10 people estimated to be gay or lesbian in the UK, the County Council wanted to do something directly to raise awareness and build tolerance amongst its own staff. There's a strong business case too. If people can be themselves in their relationships at work, they will simply do a better job.
Well, this is actually our second conference that we've done to celebrate LGBT History Month, and we started with a conference last year aimed purely at our managers, and so we opened it up to all our staff this year, and we had a very good response, as you can see. It was trying to make sure that everything gelled together, which I think it did, but also giving the different viewpoints, the personal, what we're required to do by law, and then bringing in the theatre side, which is always very interesting. And then we also had the Couples Project DVD, which was actually our own staff who actually told their life stories in terms of how they are as couples.
You know, in the workplace, we go in each day and we work with our colleagues, but we all have the same challenges. It doesn't matter, you know, I might be black and I might work with someone from an Asian background, or I might work with somebody from a totally different background, but we all deal with the same issues outside work.
One of the key themes of today is being about helping people to be themselves and therefore perform better. So it's not all altruistic. There's something in it for the council as well, because it's about helping our employees deliver the very best they can in the workplace.
Today I was invited to talk about my experiences as a gay man and how we can perform better if we're ourselves. And obviously being a presenter, performance is a big part of my job, but it's how we relate, how we feel comfortable in the workplace. So I've been talking about how being gay has affected my personal life and also my public life in terms of being a TV presenter and working for the BBC.
Respect, relationships and support, those are the three main things that came out to me this morning. It's about how we treat each other, in the workplace and at home. And the couples film was an excellent example of how we're all so like each other, even though we're very different and in different issues. The couples issue also highlighted relationships, and I mean relationships, yes, between two people, but also how you are in the workplace, how you are with the customers, how you are with the people who use our services, in terms of that bond that you make with them, be it for a few minutes or over a longer period of time. And then finally, in terms of support, I think it's really important that as an organisation of our size that there are mechanisms in place to help people, because people will get it wrong, people will do things wrong, they'll say the wrong thing, they'll offend people without meaning to, and there may be people who offend deliberately, and then that's when support mechanisms need to come into place.
We all want to be treated equally. It doesn't matter whether you're fat, thin, black, you know, whether you support Liverpool. We just want to be treated the same, and we want to be treated with respect. And the sad thing is that we do live in a world whereby people are continually making judgments, and sometimes you look at it, it's a way of other people trying to control you. But again, what you have to do is you have to challenge it, and you have to rise above it and say, well, wait there, this is not acceptable.
It has been brilliant. This year it was actually about members of staff, and actually members of staff, straight and gay, coming and actually finding out a little bit more about the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community that we actually live within. So yeah, I thought it was very, very good.
I think this is a fantastic initiative and should really be praised and encouraged, and I hope that other county councils are doing the same. I think that it sends out a fantastic message to their employees and to the people that they're dealing with in the community on a larger basis. And I've learned stuff today, so you know, there's always room to learn more.
What we've seen on our Councils for Communities journey is loads of brilliant examples of what councils are doing in their everyday work to reach out to different groups. It's not about PC gone mad, it's about the real things that make a difference to everyday life. It's a difficult time though. We've got to make sure as we weather through the public sector cuts that the cuts we make don't impact on those most vulnerable in our communities. It's not always about the money though, it's about an attitude of mind and a way of thinking about the world. We've shown that it's about valuing and respecting the differences people have. And at the end of the day, what are we here for? We're here to make life better for everyone. What are you going to do for your communities tomorrow?